Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, my little corner of the internet. I hope everyone is feeling good today. I hope you enjoyed the video that I put out yesterday. Um, so, just as I promised, part two about the harsh realities or the harsh truths about the bad side of everything, right? The harsh parts about everything. But trust me, it's not that bad, okay? Don't be scared and start saying, oh my God, like I told you the last time, you don't lose a lot. You lose what you need to lose in order for you to, you know, gain yourself. So there's a much higher price to all of this. And I hope we are following along with each other very perfectly. Thank you for viewing my video, my part one. Um, this is going to be the last part of the series. I will be coming back to you guys with some more discussions, some of the things I've went through myself, and some of the things it's just other people's testimonies or their realities or their stories. So yeah, as I was saying, just like even today, I'm still reading from the laptop. So but I'm still trying to keep eye contact. I hope everybody's fine today. Whether Ibuzinyana today, at least, we're not so cold like we were um, the other days. Not that it was cold, but it was quite a comfortable weather. So yeah, let's just get into it. So the first thing that I wrote down here, ne, is that the first part that we're gonna be. So, my first point here will be what I labeled as the dark night of the soul, which is something that's inevitable. So, under this, I wrote that this isn't an optional extra. It's often the main event. It's a period of intense depression, existential crisis, and the feeling of being completely lost. So, this is a part where you lose your old identity and then you gain your new self. So you're letting all this thing and you're letting it all tear down. This will often leave you very isolated. It will leave you very depressed. You won't even understand. Sometimes I have had times getting out of bed for weeks on end. And but what that has taught me is that that was a very crucial phase to go through, because now, in all aspects, you're being torn down to pieces. This person that you have been all this time before you were awakened, you know, they're tearing that whole person down in order to help you rebuild a new you. So it's not a depression that like you want to be suicidal or anything. No, you just feel tired most of the time. Sometimes you even have like back pains and stuff like that. Endless, endless back pains. So yeah, it's something sort of like that, and it's quite interesting, I'm telling you, because that not only teaches you how to be with yourself, it teaches you how to love your new self, which brings us to my next point, which is number two. Your relationships will be shaken, not even stirred. I mean, shaken. You know what I'm saying? And those relationships that were not strong enough to begin with, they will crumble. So, what I wrote under that is that as you change, your old relationships might not survive. Friends and even family members who operate on a different frequency may find your new perspective threatening or weird. It can be a very lonely process. Like I was telling you, Jorge, it's a very lonely space, but you need to embrace it. Those relationships that you lose along the way, they were never meant to come with you in the first place. So embrace it rather than feeling like you have lost a lot. You have lost that only for you to gain even something much more greater. Guys, I'm loving my makeup today. I slayed. What do you guys think? I'm just kidding. Number three, the spiritual ego, which is obviously a sneaky, sneaky, sneaky trap. Just when you think you're enlightened, the ego can co opt the journey. You might find yourself looking down on others who just don't get it, turning spirituality into a new form of superiority. It's the ultimate trickster. So now, when you're still operating under ego, you're going to want to make yourself feel more important than other people. Like no one else knows what you know, no one else can tell you, you understand, what is. And that doesn't only make you um weaker, but it makes you derailed, sort of, for you to get to that end point where as you get to meet the new you. So other people who are egotistical, they go through this a lot, because when you want to operate through ego, nothing ever flourishes for you. So that's what I wrote under that. So they just want this superiority, like, I know better than you can't tell me. And they use it as if, like, "Ah, I can't even talk to you about anything, you don't know anything." You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but that one only goes for those people who operate under being egocentric. Right? You feel everything, and I mean everything. Like, you feel everything. It's not even, sometimes you can even share with other people's what they're going through, you know. And under that I wrote, your empathy can go into overdrive. Lord, you might walk into a crowded room and feel the anxiety, the sadness, the stress of everyone around you. It's overwhelming and it can be emotionally exhausting, but you will know how to manage it as time goes. You see, what happens is that you reach that higher self of yours, which is where you are an empathetic person. You not only put yourself in someone's shoes, but you walk the mile for them, you know. You start feeling things like when someone is having high levels of anxiety, you know, that can be confusing at first, but then as time goes, you can actually, you know, and it can be exhausting for you too, because that is all energy that you're using. It's almost like people are harvesting your energy, your empathy, you understand, trying to survive whatever it is. It's like an energy exchange, if I may put it like that. So yeah, it's quite exhausting, I'm not gonna lie, but it's really part of what it is. You can't be your higher self if you can't feel what other people feel. You understand? For you to understand unfairness, for you to understand bad, for you to understand good, you have to feel at a higher level, at a higher frequency. So that's when your empathy flourishes. Yeah, do you get me? So, right at number six, at number five, grounding is a constant battle. Oh my God. With all the expanded consciousness, it's easy to feel spacey, disconnected from your body, and forgetful about practical tasks like paying your bills, showing up on time. Staying grounded becomes a non negotiable daily practice. That's what happens to me sometimes. Sometimes I even avoid talking to people about certain things. You know, I will know that it's very important that I have to call this person and we have to discuss something, but I'll often find myself running away from it. You see, so that's really where it's kind of like taking you. So number six, the old you dies, and it hurts. It really, really hurts. You know, but that person is gonna go. You know, for you to evolve, for you to, you know, to flourish in this space, you need to let them go. Letting go of the person you used to be, their beliefs, their goals, their identity feels like a death. And it comes with all the grief, confusion, and pain that real death entails. It's sort of like it's a necessary death, you know, but a very painful one. Like you can literally see yourself die, and, you know, but it's very necessary. It's very necessary because even if you used to believe in something, if it's not aligned with where you are now, you need to let go of those beliefs. It's kind of like that kind of a thing. So yeah, you die, but in that dying you find yourself just like a phoenix. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, With that said, let's get to, yeah, let's get to the seventh point. And this is a very important point. I'm still going through this, and sometimes I find myself in a difficult place to actually explain to someone what is actually going on around us. Do you know what I'm saying? Because now, okay, let me get to it. As I wrote it down, I said, you see the matrix and you cannot unsee it. You understand? You see the manipulation, you see the tactics, you see everything that the world powers have put in place. And most importantly, you get to realize that everything that you figured out is normal in the world, it actually is, it's not. It's just everything put in place just so you can be away from your higher self. This is one of the things that I have realized, and I'm like, we don't need all of these things. Like, we don't. You know, a lot of things are very unnecessary, but they were put in place in order for us to be able to do what? To forget about ourselves, our inner power. Let's say, for instance, let's talk about the manipulation of a 3 times a day meal. You know what I'm saying? Let's just talk about that. Ancestors never really used to eat like that. Some they would even eat twice a week, you know, because the body works better when it's on a fast. You don't need you don't need food to actually like survive, you know. You don't need three meals a day to survive. All of that is the manipulation and everything just so you they can weaken your vessel, and then you can be codependent on everything that they deem normal in today's world. So what I wrote under that point is that um, you become hyper aware of societal manipulation, the corruption, and the unconscious behaviors of people. While it's empowering, it can also make you feel alienated and frustrated, wondering how everyone else can still be asleep. That's why I was saying in the beginning that this is a very lonely road because not everyone will get it. But the nice thing is that throughout the journey, with your frequency, you get to attract people who are more aligned to where you are in life. You understand? Because like you already got rid of the unwanted relationships, be it family, be it friends, be it whatever. Those ones they threw themselves out of the way. But the nice thing is that you still do have an opportunity to meet new type of people that you resonate with, people who understand what you'll be talking about. So that's why you have to come out of that other society in order to be in this other society, so that when you're speaking you're understood and you are heard, and you know, and that kind of thing, so that you don't really feel like the frustration in everything. So which brings me to my 8 points. How's everybody doing so far? Are you guys learning something? Okay, cool. um Number 8, I wrote, your physical body goes through it too. Oh my God. Like I was telling you about the back pains, the headaches, constant headaches. You know, there was a time I used to even laugh at myself. I'm like, maybe I need to clean my system, you know, maybe I need to do a colon cleanse or something, because these constant headaches are, I did that and they were still pestering, but that was not the reason why. But your body is feeling the change too. So what I wrote under that is that awakening isn't just mental, it's physical. You might experience bizarre symptoms like random aches, like intense fatigue, like I told you, the depression, that's where it goes through. Like when you're sleeping, you know, you find yourself sleeping a lot, always fatigued, always tired, you know, always feeling all those physical, like your body keeps score, you know. Changes in your sleep patterns. For me, my pattern is that my day is my night and my night is my day. That's just how my life goes now. I can't sleep at night. I can't. So that is the weird part as well. Um, the changes in your sleep patterns and sensitivity to food and light. My husband will sometimes call me and I'm in my bedroom, the light is just off. And it'll be like, why are you sitting in the dark? I'm like, I just want, you know. And sometimes my kids can jump into my bedroom and just sweetly switch on the light, and I'll be like feeling like, oh my god, you just killed me. What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? So sensitivity to a whole lot of things in your surroundings is a very big thing that happens. Even food as well. Food. I don't like to eat out anymore. uh, I used to do that a lot, but now I feel better when I'm eating cooked food, wholesome meals and stuff like that. I don't want to put anything in my body that is unclean. So, and also I've been going on a high protein diet, meaning that I eat a lot of eggs, I eat a lot of steak, I eat high protein foods. Yeah. So yeah, so it's almost like you're upgrading your own operating system for your body. Like when you want to reach new heights, obviously, you have to upgrade. You need to change your diet, and it's not something that you're forcing yourself to do. It just happens on its own. So yeah, yes, baby. Okay, hold on. Yeah, sorry about that. That was my daughter. So, like I was saying, it's almost like your body is upgrading its own operating system, which is like wholesome and awesome. you know um okay, so like I was saying, your body keeps score, it keeps score. Okay. The path is profoundly lonely. That brings me to my ninth point. I think I did explain to you guys earlier on, Jorge. You tend to go through a whole lot of loneliness, and it's not like you want to isolate yourself. It's not like you don't want to be around people. It's not like being around people is some kind of, no. It's a personal journey, and it needs you to spend a lot of time with oneself, né? So under that, what I wrote was, even in a crowd, you can feel completely alone. True, because then again, you can't share with people what is on your mind, because half the people you be around will not even understand you. So sometimes these things can even turn into um confrontations. They can turn into fights, they can turn into, what I'm saying. Yeah. um Even in a crowd, you can feel completely alone. You're walking a path that is unique to you, right? To you. It is a very lonely place because it's a personal thing. Okay. Um, and few people will truly understand the depth of what you're experiencing. So sometimes, in order for you to not explain yourself, in order for you to not feel like you're misunderstood, keeping to yourself, and that loneliness, it's not painful. Oh my god, it's the best time ever. I'm telling you. um so this solitude is a teacher, but it's a tough one. So you need time alone, you need to be solid, like, by yourself. Which brings me to my 10th point. I'm running out of time. There's no arrival point. Contrary to popular belief, an awakening isn't a finish line you cross. It is the beginning of a lifelong, often challenging journey of integration, learning, and peeling back layer after layer. The work never really ends. So it's an ongoing thing. It is an ongoing thing. There is no say, I have reached a point where I need to stop learning now. I have reached a point where I know enough. You can never know enough, because in this world, you still have to peel through those layers. And trust me, they never end. So it's not a journey that has a destination, it doesn't have a finish line. Even in your afterlife, you will still be on the journey. So it's never ending. You're always learning. You're always learning more things about yourself. You're always learning more things about how you can protect your family, how you can protect, how you can pray, how you can summon or talk to your ancestors and things like that. You understand? So it never ends. It's a journey that never. So there you have it, the beautiful, the brutal, and the honest, the up and the low of your spiritual awakening journey. It's not about achieving permanent bliss, but about embarking on a journey, um, just embarking on the most authentic journey of your life. That is the best way that I can actually put it. Because in all of this, the product is you coming out as authentic as possible as yourself. You get what I'm saying? So that's it, guys. Now I want to hear from you. If you have any other points and things like that that you'd like to put in, Um, what else did I want to say? Yeah. So yeah. So I hope this video has brought you value. Please give it a thumbs up if it did, and leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. And yeah, so if you guys ever experienced any of these, sorry about that. Have you guys experienced any of these points? Anything that I have mentioned today? Have you guys found yourself going through it, like going through some of the points? You know, can be the biggest blessing or the harshest truth. So but yeah, I guess this is where I'm going to end my video, and I show my love to you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate you taking your time out and hearing me out. So I just wanted to bring this out there because I felt like there has to be a community of people out there who have went through this, because I'm not the first person. I know a few people who have. So I'm just spreading awareness to say that if you are going through these things, you're not alone. You're not crazy. You're not misunderstood, but you're going through the most blissful, challenging journey of your life, and it's personal. It's personal. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in on my little corner of the internet. Now I gotta go, and I'll see you. I'll probably gonna post another video very soon. I'm not sure when. I'm very meticulous about like what kind of topics I want to talk about, because sometimes I don't even want to really give myself out too much on the internet. But with this one, I know I'm not the only person. I'm not the last person. I'm not the first person. I know there is my community out there, and I'm just reaching out, to let people know that they're not on their own. And yeah, live more. Thank you for joining me today. Mwah. I'll see you guys. Bye bye.